You probably didn't know there was so much crap involved in drywall, did you? Today we got a really busy day. I gotta get this drywall inside, and then we're gonna get to work. Okay, so today I want to go over all of the necessary things that you need to do drywall. You probably didn't know there was so much crap involved in drywall, did you? I did. Because I had to order all this stuff. Okay. Besides the obvious, drywall. Maybe I'll start there first. Okay. When it comes to drywall, there are a lot of different types of drywall. There are different thicknesses. There's different moisture grades. There's different sound grades, fire grades, weight grades. Sound like I'm in school. Let's talk about what we have here and how do we identify what the drywall is that we have. On the side of drywall, you have one of these. This is a tag that this will bind two pieces of material, two sheets together. These usually get torn off right away. Like it's a fun thing to do. You just go down and tear them all off. But it has some information on here that is kind of important. So let's go over it. Remember I said weight rating. This is lightweight drywall. It's also technically called gypsum board. Made by Georgia Pacific. And remember, nobody's paid me $1 to endorse them. So these are not endorsements. This is just the products that I use. You use whatever drywall you want. It's also called the Tough Rock. Tapered edge, meaning each of the long horizontal sections has got a tapered edge. So when you meet the two pieces together, nice and smooth. It's 1/2 inch thick, 4 feet wide, 12 feet long. Okay. You want to use the longest pieces of drywall that you possibly can fit in the job because that way you don't... See, horizontal seams are nice. They're easy. They're pretty easy. You just... Done. Gone. The other seams are a pain in the ass because you're seaming... If you're seaming vertically, you are seaming typically on the face of a stud, which could not be perfect, and it's not tapered, so it doesn't allow for the mud. So the least amount of vertical seams you can have, the better, because when the light shines in through the window, it will pick up vertical seams much more than it picks up horizontal. So I always recommend, if you can muster the strength of getting the 12-foot, 14-foot piece in the job, it's way worth it. Now I'm going to go into some stuff that I'm sure I'm going to get some comments and say, you don't need that, you should do this, you should do that. Well, that's great, you do that, but I do me. And one of the things that I use that most people never even heard of, even a lot of drywallers, they never heard of it, is a drywall shim. And this is what a drywall shim is. It's a 1/8 inch thick cardboard piece of cardboard. It's hyper dense, so it doesn't give, and they can be stapled to the face of the studs. These are used to put on the face of the studs, the rafters, all before drywall ever goes up. And the reason that I do this is because it makes the taper's job so much easier when everything is perfectly planed, and we want to do it right, right? Like, who's that guy up in Canada, Mike Holmes? He always says, do it right. Now, this is how I do drywall right, is with a drywall shim. So you can pick these up. These are 3 foot long. One bundle should do like an entire house. Okay. Did they give me the wrong screws? They did. They gave me the wrong damn screws. Hold on, I gotta go get the right ones. See, I always buy way too much shit, so now I got a whole box of extras that's gonna be perfect for this job. Okay. I'm gonna have to box this box back up. But I'm gonna show you the difference. I'm gonna show you what a professional looks like. This guy. No. Professional screw. This is not it. You can tell. See how it doesn't have a dimple on the back side of the head of the screw? Can you see that? I hope you can see that. One, it's got that. Two, look at the face of these. See how one is smooth? See how one has like a waffle, like a hammer waffle to it? This is the screw you want. Open the box, look for it. The waffles help hold the mud on the face. The dimples help push the material of the drywall when you're screwing it in away from itself. This is the screw you want. If you use these, you will be screwed. Get it? No, the whole point is like, especially in my projects that go down the road, because they're tiny houses, that vibration cracks the heads of the mud right off the face of them. The Phillips tip is not enough. You need the waffle texture to really bond the mud to it. So those screws are going back. These screws are going in. Whew. So you gotta look for the material. You gotta check it all. You gotta check everything. What else we got? We got PL 100 glue by Loctite. Let me open this. Why do we want this and not the foam glue? So I know they make foam glue and it's awesome. It works great, except on drywall. It sucks. I like using PL 100 glue. Yes, it cranks the shit out of your hand from gluing it, but that's why you get a battery operated caulk gun. Two reasons I really like this glue. One, it has a good adhesion to dirty surfaces, but also it fills the gaps and it stays dense. See, the foam glue can have compression to it, where this glue, as soon as it dries, it becomes like a shim. So like it'll fill all of those wonky areas. And the reason that jobs crack in my scenario is when they go down the road, they vibrate, and any kind of give in the movement falls apart. So I like to use PL 100 glue. It's like, I don't know, $3 a tube. For an 800 square foot job like the one I'm doing, I got 3 boxes, 36 tubes. Also got 75 sheets of drywall, so what is that? That's like 1 tube should last 2 sheets. That's it. Use it up. I prefer like a 3/8 bead. Like I load that shit on there. Get it everywhere. Get messy with it. What else do I got? Okay. This is the secret sauce to any successful drywall job. If the ceiling coming in is not at a 90-degree angle with the wall, you got to use straight flex. This stuff is so cool. If I only knew how to open the box without destroying it. See that, because there's this feeder window here. All right. Check this out. 2 things I like about it. One, let's take a look down the middle. See that? It's got that really defined bend to it. Also, if you didn't bring a tape measure to the job, it also has like all these measurements on there. Never used those before. But also on the back, it's got a felt texture to it. So this tape has an adhesive and it activates with water. But this stuff goes up in those corners. And that's what makes that freaking angle just like butter. If you don't have this tape and you try to do it with the paper, that's when you'll look like a Section 8 housing and it's going to be all wavy and crappy. Not knocking Section 8 housing, but we are building a we are building a $500,000 tiny house. Can't have none of that nonsense. Got to have the straight lines. That's why we use straight flex. Professional, see? It says it right there, professional grade. Since what What year? Probably a long time. Lots of normal paper tape. This stuff goes in the bazookas. If you know what a bazooka is, it auto feeds the tape, feeds the mud. I'm not a drywaller. I just talk about what type of materials I use as a builder. Paper tape is for your horizontal joints and your interior corners. Oh yeah. All-purpose joint compound. Way to go on this job. Above and beyond all-purpose joint compound, you want to also use +3 compound as a top coat, and you also want to use Durbond and Easy Sand, which are powder mixes. I don't have those right here, but I'm throwing them in here because I feel like you got to know that stuff. All right. What else? Oh, and then you got your corners, outside corners. I like to use a paper plastic combination of one, but use whatever you need to use. I went over a lot of information, but I wanted to just throw this video out there. This is a freebie for anybody who needs to know this information. All right. Comment, like, subscribe, leave all that shit below. I'll see you tomorrow.